Mustang GT, why you shouldn't buy one. 5 reasons. Here we go. They're expensive. It's a Mustang. These things brand new in 76 and 77 were like $2,500 coming off the showroom floor. That's why there were so many of them. Fast forward to 2025. They're $45,000 now. That's a lot of money. Fuel economy, it gets nothing because it's a V8. That's not necessarily a bad reason not to buy it, because if you're buying a sports car, then you probably don't care about fuel mileage. But this is a list on why not to buy something, and there you go.
They try to squeeze more power, which is appreciated, and it's always a win in our books. The whole E85 movement, they're really ready for a little bit of boost. So you can do a lot of things to have a lot of fun with it. The downside is always going to be fuel efficiency.
Right.
So for drilling, baby drilling, maybe it's not an issue, but if we're not drilling, baby not drilling, then that is an issue. So that's the concern is, it just depends on the price of gas, and that's really the limiting factor.
I realized that in my last video, I said that the Mustang was very practical. Number 4, versatility. It's a good car from stoplight to stoplight. But number 3 is they're not that practical. In reality, you probably aren't going to throw a pair of winter tires on it and drive it in the winter, which you could, some people do. But you're probably not going to do that because you probably have something else to drive in the winter. It would probably be super dangerous if you have kids. I mean, you're not going to be able to go buy wood and do anything you got to do house improvements, gardening, pretty much anything that is adult after the age of 27, you're not going to be able to do in a Ford Mustang. But if you're just going around and trying to pick up girls or guys, then yeah, sure, it's for you.
Folks, I apologize if you are under or over the age of 27. We mean nothing by it. Thank you for watching our video.
Weight and handling. Another thing I said in my last video, that these things can be nimble, right? They can be made to handle decently, but when you put it up against a car that can handle very well, it's not gonna hold anything to it.
Honda Civic Si,
370Z, handles really well. It's heavy. We know what it is. It's mainly a straight line car. Sometimes you're gonna do a couple turns here now and then, but it's heavy. That's what it is. It's Mustang.
Folks, it's heavy, and it is a Mustang. Tune in for more informative content.
Number 5, for $45,000, there's probably better things to buy. So it depends on what you want. I think the Mustang is average at a lot of things at $45,000. If you want to buy something for cheaper that turns really well, you got your BRZs, you got your GR86s, you got your Miatas. If you want something that is very fast in the straight line, Mustang's probably, shouldn't say very fast, but Mustang's probably the car to buy. But you're not going to be able to go and excel at the track days or all these types of things using a base model Mustang. Probably the last reason, and the reason to sum it all up, is, you know, Mustang's a great average car. It's great for the dailies and the stoplight racing and having fun and modifying. Modifying Mustangs can be very fun as well because their aftermarket is very big. But if you're not going to do any modifications, but you still want something that doesn't get boring, yeah, Mustang's probably not it for you. That's number 5. Look somewhere else. Mustang's probably not it.
I don't agree. I think your final conclusion points prove that the Mustang is it. The BRZ would get boring. Yeah, it handles well, but it's boring everywhere else. It's specifically good at autocross. Even track days are kind of boring, especially compared to the Mustang.
I don't think so. I think the BRZ would be way more fun to drive than the Mustang.
If you enjoy momentum, but that's 2% of the population. People want to go fast. But corner to corner.
Yeah, but you're not going to be able to go fast in the stock Mustang. You're going to be
corner
able
to corner. You will.
No, yeah, in the straight line.
Yeah.
But through the BRZ, the exciting part of driving a car is on a track is the acceleration or the handled G-forces through corners. All the videos you see of all these big heavy cars in front of these Miatas, where the Miata comes down, takes the corner, holds it, catches up real quick, and then the Mustang goes away, and then the Mustang will turn to the corner and it catches it again. That would be absolutely a blast. Versus being frustrated because you got to slow down to 20 miles an hour to take a corner.
But you don't have to. It's the people who are good drivers versus the mediocre drivers. Same skill level to same skill level, the Mustang is gonna sweep an FRS out of the water on a track day.
I don't agree.
We got lap times to show it, and we can make a whole video about us arguing if that's interesting. I think a high horsepower every time is gonna be a momentum type car on most racetracks.
It's going to beat a momentum type car on
Yes.
most racetracks. Medium to low level drivers that we're talking about, because that's who buys these cars.
Equal driver to equal driver.
And we're not talking about people who know what to do, because a Mustang is going to be harder to throw in a corner and harder to control than a BRZ or an FRS or a
I don't think the
Miata.
new ones are, because the amount of weight they have provides a lot of stability too. Yeah, there's roll body.
Understeer like a madman, guaranteed, or just snap.
It's more understeer with those from factory setting.
Right.
Yeah.
You're going to turn into a corner and it's going to go versus you're going the same speed at the end of a straight in a Miata or a BRZ after braking, probably faster, and turn it, and it's going to want to dig in and turn. And that's fun. That's exhilarating. That's the reason why you go to a racetrack versus a drag strip. We're arguing in the sense of track days and autocross. We're not arguing in the sense of going in a straight line, which a lot of people want. So I guess that's my point. Don't buy a Mustang if you want to do anything else other than go fast in a straight line.
You can still have fun in autocross with Mustang. With no mods, just tires. You
Yes.
can have a blast.
But you can
Is
spend
that-
less money and go have the same amount of fun.
It would be a lot less money on a Momenta car. That's the beauty of them. It's less money everywhere. Less brakes, less gas, because it's just a smaller car. It doesn't need as much grip.
Right. There is a lot to be said, and this is a saying, this is a real saying. It's more fun to drive a slow car fast than to drive a fast car slow.
More fun, I think, is the fast car. The adrenaline rush of going 160 miles an hour.
But you didn't hear what I said.
No, can you
The
repeat it?
saying,
Yeah.
this is a saying, it's more fun to drive a slow car fast than it is to drive a fast car slow.
That is a saying that happens to be inaccurate.
No, because you are forced to drive a fast car slow on track because you can't take the hand, you can't handle the turns.
Sure.
But it is a hell of really fun to take a Honda Fit and dive into the corners. What's the majority of the cars you see on Nürburgring?
I mean, you see minivans and all kinds of stuff. I don't know.
Because there's no fear in not crashing a slow car, but you can drive the out of them, and it's fun.
True. That is true.
But if you got 500, 600, 700 horsepower, you're tiptoeing that thing around the corner.
true.
It's scary.
That's true.
If you agree, comment down below.